Hey everybody, today's video is a piggyback from a previous one where we had gone over the recession. Kind of a long video, so I'm going to do a condensed version of just the real estate market side of things, what we've worried about in the past, what those look like on a long-term scale, and what it looks like for you going forward into your real estate investing venture. So here we got a graph that starts at 2007. This was kind of when things started getting shaky and we had some poor lending practices and people got in trouble in 2008, which is this little bump right here. In the grand scheme of things, it obviously looks not quite as impactful as it did at the time. Yes, people did lose homes and they were put in poor positions. But if you're an individual who stuck through those hard times like we typically do with recessions, we see those opportunities come through in those times for people that are willing to stick it out or even invest further in those down markets. So moving forward, we've got a pretty good looking trend after 2008. By 2011, 2012, you pretty much broke even if you had bought before 2008. And it wasn't even easy to get a home right after the crash because the Feds had to bring back programs to actually enable us to start incentivizing buyers to get back into the market. So they really weren't getting back in until 2010, 2011. But I wanted to look at this guy real quick because this is March of 2020, that's when COVID hit. We had that sharp decline, and it was quicker and faster and more impactful than 2008, but the recovery just went so much smoother, and it was quick, and it was fast, and we were back on track, and it's starting to create now an exponential trend, as you can see there. So if you're an individual who's worried about getting in the market and waiting for the right time, we've got a small window right now for about 5 or 6 months that pretty much everybody in my industry that I've talked to has confirmed this, that we're just in a small pullback with the real estate market that is going to then launch us forward starting next year. There's a few reasons for this, but we're not in a bubble and we don't have the supply to support everybody. And so there's going to be another big gain like we saw these last 2 years. And people are going to miss out on this and hope that they, or wished that they had bought the first 2 years. Now that we have some programs in place to protect people from the finance markets, such as the Frank Dodd Act, we are now in a position where we're actually a little more secured than we were before. So even if something like 2008 were to happen, your monthly payment's not going to change. So as long as you don't lose a job, you'll be just fine. And then you'll be back on your way to making equity after that all settles and on its way back up. It's a lot to go over today, but we all need roofs over our head, and if you're not investing in something, you are investing in the dollar, which is losing about 10% a year, and you're also investing in the chance that the rental market is going to pull back, which it never does. We are tracking right alongside the real estate market, so there really is no reason to be looking at getting into rentals or staying in a rental for an extended period of time. Let me know what you think of this video down below. Just looking at the trends, I want you to keep in mind that real estate investing is a long game and we're here to help.